Welcome back. We're having a wonderful and inspiring conversation with Gil Garcetti. Gil, I want to know what's next for you.
Well, I have several projects
Okay, what are some of the projects?
But one of them, and maybe people here in the desert can even help me with this.
Okay.
I'm looking for elegant, elderly men.
Okay.
And by elderly, you have to be at least 80 years old. I won't cheat on that.
Okay.
And then there's an elegance in my eyes. I see something. I don't care if you're a ditch digger or if you're an ambassador. There's something that connects me, because what I'm trying to do is photograph them, but also record. Who are you? Get that through the photograph. So that's one project.
That's what you do in your photography. What's another one?
The other one, active, I'm almost finished with it. I'm taking photographs of women bicyclists in Paris.
That's interesting as well.
But you have to be dressed to the nines, because the message is to people in the United States and the metropolitan areas, look at these women. Look how they're dressed. They're gorgeous. They have their briefcases, their purses. They're running their errands. They're going to the office. And they're not in a BMW or Mercedes.
Okay.
They're on a bike.
No, I'm not giving up my car. I'm sorry, but I'll be a bike. Go ahead, Gil. And what else? What's another project? You said you had 3?
Well, I'm working on a long-range subject about Los Angeles. Kind of, because I was born and raised in Los Angeles, and I think I know a little bit.
A little bit. You know a lot that goes on, which leads me to a couple of questions, which I'm sure you've been asked 100 times. But if you had to do it all over again, what would you have done differently in the O.J. case?
Well, I won't even talk about that case.
Okay.
That's in the background. Let's move on.
Okay, good. Okay.
From it, there's. All I'll tell you, Patty, is there's no perfect system of justice any place in the world.
I agree.
And we probably, in this country, have the best, but it's not perfect.
Right.
And guilty people get off, and innocent people are convicted.
And you learn from all of that, and you move forward. Now, when you were in the DA's office, did your eye for photography, the way you were able to focus in on things, did that assist you in some ways in some of your cases, though? I mean, because you have to have such tremendous focus. Like you were saying, the story you want to tell. Right. You don't want to just tell the story of someone 80 years old. You want the connection. Yes. So has that helped you throughout your life and in your career?
That's a huge question you ask, a very interesting question. It certainly helped me in being district attorney, because even with the O.J. case, my focus was on the larger problem of domestic violence.
Right.
And I was able to use that case to get the media to finally focus on the real larger issue of domestic violence. It's not just one celebrity person, people. No. We have thousands of people every year who are victims of domestic violence. Yes. Let's do something about that. So the answer is yes.
Okay, that's great. Because quite honestly, the gal that we're giving the Random Act of Kindness to today, the woman who's a tremendous philanthropist here in the Valley and dedicates time, is very involved in Olive Crest, which deals with domestic violence and children. And we've had Denise Brown on. And so, you know what, if your focus was correct, and it did raise the awareness, which is absolutely unbelievable.
Let me flip it, though, too. Now, with this book, Water is Key, I'm using the skills that I learned as a trial lawyer, as an elected official, as someone who has dealt with the media, in a way that most photographers can't. Because, for example, I will have a national newspaper do a series of articles about this issue. It's not about the book. It's not about me. It's about the issue of safe water.
Exactly, exactly. And water is key, and as you're saying, because it is going to be, Dale has said this for several years, that water is going to be the most important issue globally very, very soon. I mean, here in our valley, we have a sinking aquifer. Right. And so, I mean, we don't have the problem that they're having in Africa, but who knows what's going to happen if we have an earthquake? What's going to happen to the water? Who knows? We just don't know. So so good for you. And quite honestly, that's what I caught in your books, and that's what I caught in your works. Especially this book, I went on the website to look at Cuba, and that's why I call you humanitarian, because you're bringing passions to the forefront. We're going to have Steve Thetford join us, and we're going to talk a little bit about the closer when we come back.
The closer.
That's cool. Okay. Stay tuned.